Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back. Clumsy Trucking. Surprise stream today. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're streaming Iberia. Thank you, SES. I thought it would not be happening anymore, so I was happy when I got the mail. Better late than never. How are you guys? ETS2 intro when? Hopefully soon. This Flying Scotsman dude is a super demanding guy. I think we should ban him, huh? How are you guys? Thanks for joining. You are first though. Congrats. Nope. Glad you could join, Jack. Sorry couldn't drop by the stream. What did you stream today? Man, that time zone, that DST shift really has things a lot more difficult, huh? Wanna be famous. Isn't today Wednesday? Wednesday for US folks, that's true. Yeah, special stream. Welcome back, Yusuf. That's why you had school today. Hey, Patrick. GG. Glad you made it. Hey, Usman. Thanks for joining, Hasib. Welcome back, guys. Super special stream indeed. Thanks for joining. AK, hype. How are you guys, Panda? No worries if you're still here. Yeah, I understandably a lot of people, some people don't want to be part of early access stuff because it will spoil the places before they actually explore it. So no worries about that. For those who don't want spoilers, I won't take it against you that you cannot join. Perfectly understand. So thanks for joining. Nonetheless, thanks for dropping by. Let's see. Did I miss anyone else? Hey, Sponge Boom, thanks for joining. Welcome to the stream, guys, and all our lurker friends. More than welcome to lurk away. Hey, T, good morning. Yes, it's a bit late there, isn't it? Same with Jack. Thanks for joining, guys. Hey, Sky. How are you guys doing? Have you guys seen Iberia DLC footage yet? I haven't watched a lot so far. I barely watched anything, not because I'm staying away from spoilers, although that's one factor, but I just haven't had the time yet. So we'll be exploring this for the first time from my eyes at least. Oh yes, please ban. Hey, Slider, thanks for joining. Streamed ATS Mexico. Nice. That quarry. At least it's not the Mexican boat, so you're using the consolidated Reforma map. That's awesome. Iberia DLC map optimization. We'll check it out today. We will check it out together. Hey Tom, yes, special stream. Welcome Juan, Bot, and DL. Thanks guys for joining. Hey Scripts, sorry if I missed anyone guys, but I will try and catch up in a bit. Right, and those who are asking for a giveaway. Yes, for a change, we actually have a giveaway. We actually have 3 guys, 3 keys of Iberia DLC to give away. We'll give away 1 today, we'll give away 2 tomorrow. And this is also huge thanks to SES because they were asking if anyone wanted some keys for giveaway, and I asked for some and they easily gave me some. So thanks a lot. And we have SES to thank for it. We'll do a giveaway later. Let's probably do a job, then stop somewhere, do a giveaway, do one more job, then draw the giveaway. Let's see how that goes, okay? But first things first, let's explore and enjoy. You want it. You've been avoiding it all. Yeah, no problemo there. Alright, so a few notes. You might have seen the video that came out a few minutes ago in YouTube. We don't have any mods here in this profile, I'll show you. So much so, I even disabled NVIDIA Profile Inspector. That's something I almost never get rid of because I really like the anti-aliasing that that gives, but I'll make an exception in this case because I really want to be as pure as possible. So in terms of graphics, I just I got rid of all the NVIDIA profile inspector stuff, and we're back to in-game vanilla settings. Let's turn off the music for a minute. 400% scaling. So I basically just maxed out everything, all the options that are available here, except depth of field. I'm not a fan of that. So everything else is maxed out. We'll see how performance is. I did lock my FPS to 60, just so we get a nice, how do you say, a nice smooth 60 FPS footage. And the shadow texture size, that's the only thing I changed in the config files. From 4096, I upped it to 8192. That's why this is saying custom. And then everything else is the max. Even the mirror distance, I maxed it out. And then we'll see how the performance is, right? So everything is in there. Okay, good. Don't mention giveaway to Rohan. Yeah, he won't be here because he doesn't want spoilers. So we're safe there. Oh, no vacuum cleaners. No comment. Oh yes, that's a good point actually. So I also, if you've seen the video a few minutes ago, I mentioned something about this. I did tone down the engine volume a lot. You almost cannot hear it anymore because I really want to hear the environmental sounds. You know, you've probably seen it in the blog, Iberia. They actually recorded a lot of environmental sound footage. So I want to hear that. So we can only hear that if we lower the truck volume immensely to the point that we cannot hear the truck anymore, right? So that's the plan today. And we probably might even put in some music just to keep it lively. Yeah, something like that. Yes. So is it a valid excuse? I think it worked, right? You guys buy it? What is color correction? You know what? I have no idea. Vacuum cleaner sounds run. Gaming PC yet? Not sure what you qualify as that. I do have a DIY PC. Yeah. Hotkey to hide the MSI Afterburner stuff. You set it on your own in the settings. For me, it's control in the backslash. But that's something you customize in the settings. By default, I don't think it has a hotkey in there. You can set it in the MSI Afterburner menu, I think. I'll play my own engine sounds. So here we are. We ended in Barcelona in the previous video in YouTube. If you guys haven't seen that yet, exclamation point YouTube gets you there. It's the latest video right now. Let's see. So where do we go? That's the big question. SKRS did release a blog post. There will be a World of Trucks event all around Iberia coming tomorrow with the release. I don't think we can join that yet today. It will come to tonight, well, tomorrow, for after the public release, and then we can join the event. It says though some viewpoints are very interesting to see. Visit the ancient port of Santander. This one. Okay, this one. Santander. I don't know how to pronounce it. Capital of the autonomous and historical region of Cantabria. Drive over the impressive Guadiana International Bridge, the southernmost land crossing on the Portugal-Spain border. Portugal and Spain, where is that division, guys? Is it this one? Is it somewhere here? Probably that question mark right there, huh? Let me get back to chat before I continue with reading that. SKRS. Oh, which one do I prefer? Alright, Silly Panda. Have a good one. Catch you when you're ready to get spoiled. Hey Zach, thanks for joining. Great that you caught that vid and great that you caught us live on Twitch. Welcome to the stream, man. Alright, the next one is the View the Striking Solar Power Tower of Andalusia. Andalusia? The world's first commercial concentrating solar power tower that took 4 years to build. Where is that? Andalusia. I'm going to... My pronunciation might be a bit off, guys, but bear with me, okay? I'm going to pronounce it Filipino style. Where? I don't think there is an actual place in the map like that. So, any idea where that solar power tower of Andalusia is? I guess there are question marks here, but I don't know if that's the one. There's also the Port of Valencia. Port of Valencia. That one is the waypoint most probably. I remember this one from Pro Mods, this area right here, Barcelona to Valencia. And beautiful city of Barcelona, capital largest city of Catalonia, known for its art and architecture. Okay, so that's the first order of business. Let's go and explore around. Maybe go there. Yeah, that's the viewpoint, I think. And see how it looks. Good. Thank you. 3 people want to go to Madrid. We can go to Madrid. Sounds good to me. Hey, Simple, thanks for joining. No worries, man. Just tone it down a little. Yeah. Listen to what the people are saying. The whole southern region of Spain. Ah, thanks, Adrian. It's great. So, this entire southern area, is it? Cool. So I guess we could probably... Is that the one? Maybe. Could be. Renault Evo truck. It's out already, Life LL. Welcome back, by the way. Right, let's get to driving. Let's set the time though. It's 9 PM already. I think we'd rather explore in daytime first. So let's set that to something like 6 AM probably. Let me find it. Awesome stuff. I like the sound of that. Okay, so let's explore first and then let's look for a job later. It's a bit dark though, but I do like the lighting, so let's keep it. Music, anyone? Yeah, I think we'd want some music. Very nice lighting. Let's also tweak the lighting on the dashboard. It's a bit too bright for nighttime. What sounds? I can only hear the music. Music to my ears, literally. Where's the door? Did I enter from here? Yes. Yes, I'll be live tomorrow too. Tomorrow will be even better because by tomorrow we can actually have mods in, and I'm planning to drive with the 4 Series with the Scania 164 sounds from Z Mods. So I'm really looking forward to that. What is this? Oh, okay, I thought it was it is a roundabout with a traffic light. Interesting. Maybe it's a traffic light for the pedestrians though. Maybe not really for traffic itself. So keep a close eye on the infrastructure, guys. The road layout. You can see tram lines in here crossing in the middle of the roundabout. Interesting. Looks like we have a Renault truck dealer as well. Also, let me know if the music is a bit too loud. Okay, I can tone it down. Although I have a feeling you might want to keep it up, because if I turn it off, would you like that? Let me know. I can always keep it like this. This is the new Renault SLL. So it's like a facelift version. That's the, you can see the very nice and sleek interior. It also comes with some additional config options in the exterior. Evolution parts. Turn it back on. There we go. Feels like a vacation with this music on. Hey bot. Hey Geek Squad. How are you guys doing? For those who have seen a little of the Iberia footage, what have you been the most excited about? What have you seen that you really liked? Whether that's an actual landmark, viewpoints, or just the way things look in general. Hello from Egypt. Hey Modi. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. It's a bit late there, isn't it? Appreciate you making the time. New blockers. This Renault scares me. Why? This is interesting. So we swerve here on this lane. I noticed that the small junctions, they have a very different layout. Like, look at that. Like, what the heck is that? It looks like it's one way, but one way from that side. So it's like crisscrossing. I like driving through these very interesting roads, and this might be like small details, but they really add to the realism of the place. I can imagine that's a real thing in here. Things that turn you the way are new looking. I'm not sure I get that. Free DLC, the Renault, yes, it's you should have gotten it already. If you are on the official release, not on the public beta, you should have gotten it already. It's the same truck though, so you will not find a new truck. You'll just find the Renault T now has those new parts in, basically. Hey Alex, glad you made it, man. Thanks for joining. We're in Barcelona at the moment, enjoying the view, enjoying the music. Imagine D-bus on those junctions. Oh yes, sounds good. Oh, a viewpoint. Where? Okay, where we're going exactly. Good. So this might actually be where the new intro will be coming from. And that's a good point that Scotsman made. We will probably have a new intro with some ETS2 Iberia footage. And I'm looking for a viewpoint which can feature that, because the one that we have currently is Colorado with the old lighting. So I would want something Iberia with the new lighting. Can I enter please? Thank you. How we reverse out of here, we'll worry about that later. More challenging parking. Well, the parking that I did a while ago here in Barcelona was challenging enough for me. Cabin sounds are very nice though. There we are. The city of Barcelona. He's enjoying those default truck engine sounds. Who? Is it Clumpy? Clumpy's enjoying them? I think so. Ooh, that's interesting. What is that? What do you call that? There even is some custom monument. Yeah, this one. Has anyone been here in real life? I do love the lighting though. The sunrise is real. In-game UI didn't work for you. Didn't show up. Yeah, there have been a couple of things like that. I would recommend joining their Discord server. I pinned the message in the Bus Sim channel in our Discord. Join their Discord. They have an FAQ. I think there is a question about that. When the overlay doesn't work, I think they have some recommendations on what you can do. So go and check it out, and if you manage to discover the issue, please let us know as well. Call that art. What are you driving, young man? So, what? It's the Renault T Evolution. Looks great. How's the performance in here? Looking good. 66, 68%. Locked at 60 FPS though. Oh good, I'm happy with that. Alright. Yeah, the updated Renault, the facelift Renault. So let's see. So where do we want to go? Do we want to go to Madrid? I'm fine with that. Any other recommendations, or we are good with that? Now, to be fair, I'm not the luckiest when it comes to picking jobs, so we might not get exactly what we're hoping for. Driving a transformer. Which one, Usman? The truck? Yeah, Utopia is amazing. Utopia is amazing. Oh, how about that? A long trip past Valencia. It doesn't go over to Madrid though. So we can either choose that, a long trip, or we can go to some other places. Oh, this one. This is one with which has the ancient port of Santander. Santander. Should have googled this beforehand. Capital of the autonomous and historical region of Cantabria. So this is one of the landmarks. Barcelona's the one we explored, and then this one as well. Somewhere near Bilbao. That's the one here in the north, right? Yeah, that one crosses Bilbao. So we can go there, and then we can try and go south, maybe to Madrid. Yeah, maybe we can start things off here, and then see if Santander, if we have an area going to Madrid from there. Use plastic, 7 tons, nothing fancy. You can go with that. Please don't look at it again. Which one? This one? Why? Do you guys not like the Renault T? I like the interior, definitely. Super sleek look. And that additional phone clip, I like. Where are we going here though? Make it stop. Oh yeah. Am I going to hit it? No, we're good. The bus world, anyone? The bus is waiting for us. Okay. So how do we exit here? I like the Renault T. Yeah, for me it looks good as well. We have some music, so we can we can look at it as hard as we want. Alright, so there is where we pick up the job. Sounds good. Supposed to go to the other side. Was there an exit on the other side? Oh, I think the door is only here. That's okay, we'll get there eventually. Oh yeah! Did the car just not stop? Didn't stop, did he? Spanish driving? Is that the thing? Renault is the butt of all truck jokes. Not in this community. In this community, it's a different brand. I think in Squirrels it is though. Yeah. Let's turn on the lights here. I love the lighting. Oh, that's beautiful. Can we take a screenshot somewhere? Let's see if we can do that. Let's take a photo here. Not saying any brands, but that emote might give a bit of a hint. They updated the Renault sound too. Well, all I can say is we're playing some music, so I can't really hear it that well. So you'll have to decide for yourselves when you try it out. Oh, it's a bit dark, isn't it? But it's quite scenic in a way. Reminds me of Rohan shots. On purpose. Is there a traffic light here? Okay. This is interesting. It's go, but these guys are still going. So there's a traffic light on that side, but on this one, there is none. So maybe it's only for the pedestrians. Oh, this looks great. Oh my goodness. And performance looks good so far, although I have gotten... Yeah, the GPU shot up to 80% from 60. So I'm guessing this can introduce some frame drops depending on your PC. Yeah, so far it's looking good, but yes, definitely more taxing in this area. Man, that building looks great. There's even someone taking a selfie in there, waving all over. Now what I like about this new update as well with 1.40, and I think it was Alex who noticed this, is if you go into the photo studio, those floating arrow signs, all those floating signs, they actually disappear on their own. So you don't get any overlays when you're in photo mode. Very nice small addition, but it adds a lot to the theme. This traffic light is a bit in the way, but it would have looked amazing otherwise. Let's go and look at it that way. Oh yeah. Can do it this way. Actually, it looks pretty nice. we can take a shot of the truck though. There you go. Beautiful. That works for me. I didn't do anything. Better than PM Barcelona in terms of FPS. Oh yeah. Although the promos Barcelona received a lot of optimization updates through the different versions, right? So it got a lot better. Although yes, I think overall it's still there. Look at this, green light, but they're still going. Very interesting traffic scheme here. First, there are traffic lights inside the roundabout. And second, doesn't seem like the other cars are following it. At least they don't have traffic lights on their side of the road. So they're not really stopping. In Spain, green means stop. Far too much truck. I almost forgot the Jack way of doing things. There we go. I do like the variety of roads. The roads definitely are interesting. And we are just driving around Barcelona here. With all the variety we've gone through already. We haven't even moved over to a different city. Cool stuff there. Let's keep the FPS on because I can feel like there are some frame drops happening. Yeah, we're going below 60. It's not mainly the GPU. It can be a factor, but yeah, I think the CPU side is getting bottlenecked as well now. That's usually when the map has a lot of objects, I think. So it's starting to have trouble with all those objects loaded together. So the main thread of the CPU is bottlenecking. You see there, going up to 95% on a single thread. Well, that, and I'm streaming and recording at the same time. So the effect on the PC is much more than if you're just driving this offline. But still, very good performance considering all that detail. I like it. You guys let me know how it goes on your rigs when it releases tomorrow, okay? Yes, that looks good. Even have a train line here. Too bad Scotsman isn't around. Too bad he missed the giveaway. Let's see if he comes alive. There's the railroad. I do like the variety of the signs. You saw that one that we passed. It had signs and it even had graffiti on the signs. I would imagine that's a very realistic thing. It's not all like perfect in mint condition. It's like these signs have been through some, how do you describe that? I've gone through some love as well. Lavish Foods, is that a new company here? Take note, we don't have any mods here, so everything we see is from the default content. What's the best looking truck, in my opinion? Scania R4 series still. I'm old school like that. Plus, I see some of them here in real life in Singapore. So it's really cool when I see them face to face. He always says Iveco. What a troll. 30 in here. The speed limit signs are a bit interesting to see. They're a bit different from other countries. It's a very minor detail, but they're very small. The numbers themselves are smaller, harder to read. But I guess that's accurate with real life. So it's nice to see that variety and that level of accuracy. Iveco for the win. Yeah, Iveco needs some attention because they have a new truck, right? The Iveco S-Way. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty modern. Like it kind of looks like a Scania Next Gen in a way, mixed with other trucks. So definitely a lot of influence from different trucks there. But doesn't look half bad. Alright. Do we have this actual scene in ProMods Barcelona as well, this exact area? Because it feels so familiar. Like I vaguely remember a Trucker for Hire episode where we came from this exact part of the road. Huh. That says something, I guess. Even at ProMods Barcelona versus SCS Barcelona, I remember a specific area. This area. Interesting. Eargasm to the ears. The truck sounds, they want to increase the volume. Guys, the job is gone. Well, this game is trolling us. Oh yeah. Zemo just keeps getting better and better. Oh, I thought you were talking about these sounds. I would happily turn off the music so you guys can hear the sounds better. If you want, just let me know. Tarragona. That's quite near. If you want to go city by city, that can be a thing. Zaragoza. I think Zaragoza is also in ProMods, right? I would want to go out already of ProMods area. So either we go west or south as long as we travel far enough to go past. Because in that way, we really see something that's completely new. So let me know if you have Madrid. There we go. Madrid. We can go straight to Madrid. You guys okay with that? I think I would love to see that as well. 100% agree. Yeah, the S-Way. Hey, Cellabones. Thanks for joining. 56 minutes. Okay, 56 minutes. Alright. Never too late, Cellabones. Never too late. Alright, so 56 minutes and we can go there in, it says 9 minutes. But let's time ourselves. Good thing we have a very visible timer in here. 6:49. So by 7:40, or let's say 7:30, if we're still not there, we'll have to teleport so we can make sure that we're this time. We finally pick up something, okay? Keep a close eye on that clock. And let's see. Oh, don't forget the music. Need to be having some kind of rhythm in here. Teleport is cheating.
A few moments later.
That's the perfect audio. 7 p.m. CET is the release of this DLC, as far as I remember. Feel free to fact check me there if you know of something else. 8th of April. I think that thing is always just green. These traffic lights. Yeah, I think these are for pedestrians. Can be a bit confusing though, huh? When you have that green light. Does it also mean you have right of way if it's green? I guess so. Yeah, you have these traffic lights for pedestrians. Okay, I can get behind that. So here there should be like a button for the pedestrian to press so that the light goes red and they can cross. Singapore has those kinds of roads as well. Nice with new cell phone. Oh yeah, the cup holder. I forgot about that. Could have set that up as well. Good. Okay, still far away from 7:30. I think we're going to make it, guys. Several ETS trucks with that cup holder option. They've had it for months. Ah, that's great to hear. That they're rolling it out for ETS2 as well. I think the new option really is this phone holder. Well, then that there's an actual tablet holder now. Although when I tried the tablet itself, when you have the standard Evolution interior, you can have a tablet, a clip-on tablet. But the tablet, I don't know, it doesn't seem so high res to me. I guess it's the map, because the map is bigger. And when the map itself, this GPS map, if it gets too big, it starts getting less, how do you say, less classy in a way. So I reverted to this exclusive Evolution interior and stuck with the default GPS and just put in a phone in there for additional ambiance, so to speak. Alright, LL, have a good one. Catch you tomorrow, man, if you can. Tomorrow we will be checking out Z-Mod Sounds 164. Super excited for that. Now, please let me in, thank you. See? The sounds are so good. All the other sounds are so good. The train sounds much better than the truck. Why is that? Hey, Z-Mod sound hype. Yeah. Tomorrow we have freedom. Yeah, no comment. Integrate real life phone in game so you don't have to look away. Read your notifications from that screen. Yeah. Speaking of screen, where the heck is my phone? Why is it not at my desk here? Where did I leave it? Oh, that's okay. Won't have time to look into that anyway. I am liking... This is a new company, isn't it? So, very close to VT log. You can make that a V, that first character, and we can use that as a paint job here. Speaking of VT log, I think I still don't have it enabled. I disabled it so it wouldn't log my job. Maybe I should have kept it, huh? Alright, let's go and park this thing. I have the Chrono box liner in here. So that we have that container vibe. I think containers are very apt for Spain and Portugal with all those ports. See that train? Not bad. Definitely booming. Alright, so let's pick up this job and then we'll start the giveaway, right? And then after the job, we'll draw the winner. So we'll have one winner today, and then tomorrow we'll have another giveaway. We'll have 2 winners tomorrow. Okay, so thanks again to SCS for providing us keys to give away to everyone. Second, not getting the hang of this for some reason. Bit different. Maybe it's more stiff than other trailers I've driven because it has 3 axles at the back there. Yeah, look at this. Weird. Too cool for accents. Cooking dinner while watching the stream. Good luck with that, man. No, that's okay. Keep me in the background. I'm more than okay with that. And yes, good luck with the cooking. Maybe we can raise the axle. No, we cannot. Feels almost like an American trailer with how stiff this trailer is. Okay, that looks good. Let's straighten it out. Give it some respect. There you go. Wait, did I miss someone? There you go. No. SCS is sleeping by now. We live in very different time zones. Got me with the tag. Ah, I see, I see. Thanks, Usman. Yeah, the train sounds are really nice. Well, of course, Z-mods is better, but they're not bad. I can live with that. Why? Anyway, let's focus on the scenery, guys. Let's focus on the scenery. And the music, the relaxing music. It's also nice that even if you use this own trailer, you actually have different containers each time. I think, yeah, last time I got like a white one, and then sometimes it's green, red, and then you can configure this as well. I think you can extend or shorten the trailer itself, so you get a different container configuration, if I remember correctly. Nice. Why are the shadows flickering like that? Is that SSAO at work? I also seem to notice that there's this like kind of blurry haze all over. Not so used to that look. This is probably how it looks in the default graphics without NPI tweaks. Like there is a certain bloom in the entire area, and my goodness, that looks so real. Take a photo here. A giveaway, yes, thank you. Thanks for reminding me. Let's do the giveaway after I take this shot. Alright, that one looks great. That's the one I like. It's nothing fancy, but it just looks so real, you know, so industrial. Did a great job here. Right. Okay, so let's do the giveaway. How do we do that again? It's been a while since I did it. Okay, 1 second. Welcome back, Yusuf. So make it even for everyone, sub or not, regular or not, even chance of winning. Okay, so you can guess the command, and if someone guesses it right, I'll let you know that that's the right one. It's not hard to guess it. It's like the most obvious command Exclamation point something. VIPs excluded. VIPs have the chance of winning. Someone got in already. Someone got it right. Yeah, that's the one. Iberia. Good. Alright. So let's draw that later after we finish the job. Everyone is welcome to join the giveaway. Exclamation point Iberia. I see a couple of guys who are eligible to win already. Alright, let's see how that works. In the meantime, let's enjoy. Big Ben. I don't like it. Oh my goodness. Trolls are real. Alright. So I think how it works, if you win the key, there are I think you will unlock the game still at the same time, right? Same with everyone else. So 7 p.m. CET, April 8. But yes, it will unlock as soon as it's ready. After you add the key. Disney Plus is the keyword, ban that guy. El Prat. It's too bad. I don't think we have anyone in the community who's from Spain or Portugal. Do we? I know we have a lot of people from Europe, but they might be sleeping now. Yeah, we might have some from Spain. Although, I'm trying to remember. Not much, if any. Okay. Starting the confusing junctions. Just a warm-up. Yeah, this is nothing too fancy yet. I can still understand this, no problem. You're not sleeping. Oh, I remember this kind of look. Yeah, these blue railed highways. Blue railing highways. Let's take a photo here. Right there. You have a photo bomber. Dang it. Hola! Jack Spanner. Jack Spanner. From Spain, from RPLL. Oh, naiya. Kita dam. Romeo Papa Lima Lima. Waiting for CloudSurf Asia Simulations to release their Naiya airport. We'll definitely be buying that one. Because right now, if you go there in Microsoft Flight Sim, you'll be encountering a lot of potholes in the taxiways. Jack is a Spaniard in the works. Hola, Senor Jack. Senor Yak. Isn't that how they pronounce J? Like a Y? Is that how it is in Spanish as well? Porta de Barcelona. Very nice. I'm noticing a lot more flickering, although I don't think, thankfully I don't think that translates into the videos, into the streams. Let me know if you notice it as well. I was watching the footage a while ago in YouTube after I uploaded and I was like, oh, that actually looks nice. But yeah, in game, for me personally, as I see it in my own screen, I'm seeing a lot more flickering, shimmering, versus NVIDIA Profile Inspector tweaks. So I think NVIDIA Profile Inspector is still better in terms of anti-aliasing for the most part, but at least YouTube doesn't make that too obvious anymore. In that way, the slight degradation in the image quality is working to our advantage. It's like blurring out the shimmering in a way. SES kept Spain to Pro Mods quality. Yeah, that was one of the main... It's a very good point, Slider. That was one of the main concerns from people who are Pro Mods fans, especially because like people are saying it's going to be very hard to beat Pro Mods Spain. I know personally that's one of my favorite places to drive in Pro Mods. But yeah, this one gives that vibe. Doesn't seem like it's gotten like simplified or lessened in any way. And couple that with all the custom assets and the humongous map. My goodness, I was really surprised with how the map turned out. I did not expect it to literally cover the entire Spain and Portugal. I'm even surprised that it reached Portugal in the first place with how large this area is. Who was that who was saying, is it true? Like if you compare the size of this DLC, compare it with the default, the base content of ETS2 excluding the UK, it's the same. So it's like getting a whole new game if you look at it that way. Plus with the quality that is very modern with the times. Yak Spanner. Yak Spanner, I think, should be how we pronounce it. Hola, Senor Yak Spanner. With a rolling R. Yak Spanner. I think I have an unsub coming soon. Iberia is huge. Sure. Seems like it. What's the speed limit like here? 100. But for shucks, that's 90. Yeah, I hope the Bus World releases some bus stops for Iberia soon after release. I would love to drive buses around here, even coaches. Would be great. Modded life. I think that Iveco coach would do nicely. Although all jokes aside, I've heard very good things about that Iberia coach, that mod. Iveco coach, sorry. Iveco coach. So it doesn't seem like it's a crap Veco at all. Looks like it's perfect for those intercity transfers. Oh, here we go. Humongous bridge. Yeah. That looks great. Oh, what's that? Some major accident in there. Oops, sorry. The hue changes from light blue to warm red. Yes, it's very nice, isn't it? Depending on the time of the day. Very cool. Also, exit signs there for rest areas and whatnot. Appreciate that. I was honestly only expecting coastal areas because we were under the impression that's what was first advertised. Yeah, same here. I was expecting like a quarter or even at most half of the entire area. But goodness, no wonder they were delaying it. Anyone familiar what that gas station should be in real life? Gotha? Guys, have any clue? It's nice to get new gas stations in here. Look at the flickering in there. Yeah, that needs to be improved in this. It's a graphics improvement. It's not anything wrong with the map DLC itself. It's just how the graphics engine works at the moment. It can be very prone to flickering depending on certain combinations. Iveco coach, bye! Unsub twice. Make it 3 times. They say the bus is a great. I'm missing mods, yes, that's true. I'm getting mod withdrawal. Withdrawal symptoms from modding. I'm missing Zmod sounds. I'm missing NPI tweaks. But the map itself, I have no complaints, my goodness. The map looks amazing so far. The size, so it's like one of those cases where we get quality and quantity. But you guys point out to me if you notice any inaccuracies, any simplifications, any small things like maybe the ramps are too short, you know, the common problems that we've had in the base game, in the old map. Let me know if you notice any of those. So far I'm liking how the junctions look. Very custom, very scaled. Scaled is a term. Very properly scaled, maybe more like. The horror of demodification. Yes. For anyone who just joined us, we are having a giveaway. You can join by typing !Iberia in the chat. That should get you in the list of eligible candidates for winning. We're going to be drawing one winner today, and in tomorrow's stream we'll be drawing 2 winners. Oh crap. There we go. So far we have 16 possible winners. Not bad in terms of odds, 1 out of 16. What is that in percentage? I'll let you guys do the math. Can't wait to drive to Portugal. Oh yeah, that's a very good point. Yes. I know nothing next to Portugal. And in real life, I've never been to Spain nor Portugal. But I would love to explore it here virtually at least. Anyone here who's been to either place in real life? Turn off the engine brake there. How about the trees, guys? How do trees look? They don't look half bad to me. I'm trying to look because that's my pet peeve. Some trees look like they're 2D. In this case, they don't look bad. They're not the highest quality trees, I would guess, if you zoom in enough. But then that's when it comes to performance, they really have to be mindful of that. The trees eat up a lot of frames if you make them too detailed. So there is a bit of balance that's needed there. But yeah, given that, I think they've done a good job of balancing the image quality versus the performance impact. Why does the Renault look like Squidward from SpongeBob? Which one? The interior or the exterior? You guys are not fans of how it looks? Oh, I like it. Looks like a samurai. Like a samurai helmet. Japanese samurai helmet, how it looks to me. Might not be to everyone's taste though. You have been to Spain, you didn't like it. As a Filipino, we have a lot of similarities with Spain. We have been under Spanish rule for hundreds of years in the past, so we've definitely gotten a lot of influence from them. Many of our local words, local customs have come from them. So some words are very familiar to me. I think they also passed down to us the, depending on how you look at it, Zaragoza, the positive or negative influence of like siesta. You guys familiar with the siesta? That habit of sleeping in the afternoon can be quite unproductive, but I guess it contributes to a healthier mental stability. I think that's the one we got from Spanish, from the Spaniards. Band streamer? Echo, the best gas station ever, please no. A while ago, when I was driving from France, crossing over to Spain, oh my goodness, I encountered a lot of those Echo gas stations. Definitely my least favorite gas station. So I'm happy to not see them at all here so far. These are, what do you call them? Sound barriers, right? To protect the residential or commercial areas from the automotive sounds. We might need that inside the truck too. No, let's not go there. Okay, Madrid, yes. Pamplona and Bilbao to the right. Hey, look at that graffiti. It's shimmering a bit though, but nice to see those graffitis. Make it looks like it's a thing here, huh? Lots of very artistic minded individuals Your keyboard just flipped. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that sky at the back. Look at the sky from the side mirror. Looks so good. What was that? I think that was just a loan payment. Okay, good. Your internet crashed. Yikes. Welcome back, man. Glad you made it back. Have you joined the giveaway? We are having a giveaway. Exclamation point Iberia. Am I actually driving side by side with the train? Yes, I am. It's a race. Very nice. Oh, where are we going? Yikes. Yikes. Okay, I think we're staying here. Yes, Madrid on the right. And then staying here. Yes, okay, good. Alright, not too shabby. The signage is so good. Even if it's my first time driving, I know where I should be, more or less. It was a fine. It was a fine for driving the Renault. For those who are fans of the Renault T like me, okay, and that's serious, I really like how it looks. Let me reiterate, I really like how it looks, okay? The looks are amazing. For those who are fans of it, like I am, SCS is having a contest right now. You might have seen it from the blog. Like a paint job contest where you can highlight your creative skills, make a paint job for this. There are lots of nice prizes at stake. I think they're giving away Thrustmaster T150 steering wheels to the 4 winners or the 5 winners. But yes, there's a blog post about it. And then the grand winner, you'll get the paint job that you designed. You'll get it in-game as a paint job, as an official paint job, and you'll see that in real life as well. I think they will post, they will have that truck, that real Renault T in their, where's that, the Lyon dealer, I think, one of their truck dealers. They will have that stationed in front of the dealer, so you will have your masterpiece displayed not only in game but in real life. So feel free to join if you are the creative type. And even if you're not, I think you can still join. I think there is a template that you can use, and you can like basically color it, so you don't have to come up with a design from scratch. It's nice to see these, like what do you call them? These like punch through mountains, right? You see these things. Yeah, I guess these are hills originally, and then they excavated them so that they can make this highway work. It's probably cheaper than just making a hole, making a tunnel going through the hill. The hill might have been low enough, small enough. They both were just as good. Oh my goodness. Cruising Iberia hype, yes, I like it. The Lynx, I think the Lynx is some kind of a cat, right? Like part of the feline family. Looked very interesting. Definitely want that. And then they also have an, what they call it, Iberian mask or something, which you can put there on top. Quite interesting. We have a rest stop nearby. Anyone need a bio break? Can drop you off here. What is that? Almost didn't read that correctly. Mirosol. Yeah, they've done a great job at creating these fictional companies. I think they've learned a lot, because they actually look believable now. When I see this, knowing nothing about European real companies, I would think that's a real company. Like, just how the wordings are, like Mirosol. It sounds like a real company. And then the logo itself. The logo is very nice too. So thankfully they've learned so much from their Echo days, I could say. Have you guys seen that? The Echo gas station in France. Am I the only one who hates it? Oh my goodness. The way that echo sign looks is just horrendous to me. Looks like a template button from back in the day, from Macromedia Flash or something, before even Adobe bought it. Because I used to work with Flash, and you had those buttons with like 3D buttons, which was like gradient in color, but it was looking so generic and just reminds me so much of that. Doesn't appeal to me at all. So thankfully they got rid of that design, and now they're really making these realistic looking logos. I've never seen it. You chose to close your eyes every time. I can totally understand. I would have wanted that too. You hate echo. Okay, glad to know I'm not the only one. This is why when I enable a real company mod, it's the first thing I check. Is the echo gas station included in the replacement? If it's not, I'm going to look for something else. But yeah, in this case, in Iberia, of course, real company mods would be great. They would improve the immersion. But even if they're not there, for me, they're great enough looking. They're realistic enough to have me believe that they are real. So yes, looks like SES is improving even more. Real company logo mod works with Iberia too. Not immediately for sure. There will have to be new models, new definitions by Shumi. Shumi is the one that I'm using for real company mod. Not now, but tomorrow we will have mods again. I might have to disable that though. I'm not sure if it will cause crashes or whatnot. Good echo driving. Yikes. Ban that guy. Hey, Chemistard. That's okay. I won't stop there anymore. I'd rather look for a different fuel station to protect my eyes. I'm okay with burning that bridge. But yeah, I really don't like how it looks. Wow. Very expansive road network in here. Let's see. Let's zoom out a bit, see if we can... Okay. Sorry! That's what happens when you don't pay attention to the road and a sudden bend comes. The bends are not bad at all though. They are bendy, yes. But they're not that bendy that you actually have to slow down. Like here, approaching this at 90 kilometers per hour, that's no problem. As long as you steer properly enough, early enough. Which is a good sign that they've made the highways properly scaled. They didn't make that same mistake of squishing the highways so much so that the bends are too steep, too bent, too curved, that you actually have to slow down and doesn't feel like a highway anymore. Also, the on-ramp, the shoulder, I think it's lengthy enough. I'm not sure if that's how lengthy it is in real life, but not too short in my opinion. Those who have real life experience about this place, let me know. Spanish government spends millions and pay less. What do you mean? In Soviet Russia, echo fuels you. Yes. Yes. Getting into some urban areas now again. Getting those sound barriers and stuff. It's quite nice, huh? Getting a bigger default map that shows this level of quality. Definitely a good thing in my books. Yeah, it looks like these blue railings are very like a trademark, like a signature in these Spanish roads, huh? Here we are in Madrid, as requested. I'd like to make our way to Portugal next if we can. That way, so westbound. 1 second. Not that one, but the other one. Oh my goodness. The junctions are real. Thankfully, the GPS is well maintained. I think the roads are done well enough that the GPS can read them. Without the GPS though, I'm sure I would have gotten lost already. way back. What is it with these? Look at this, guys. It's a roundabout, but it also has a straight road. Why? No GPS challenge? No. This is something like I would do in City Skylines. Trying to imagine the benefits of this kind of road. A roundabout with a pass-through. So naturally it has traffic lights in there as well. Spaghetti junctions, yes, true. You have these roundabouts too. In the UK, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, huh? Very interesting how that works. It's like all the benefits were lost with having the roundabout in the first place. But someone commented about that in one of my vids in YouTube. And it was very insightful actually. He was commenting why that's the case in the UK. So if that is to be believed, this is the version. It started out as a roundabout. So imagine a road with a roundabout, fine, right? And that's great. So you get all the benefits of roundabouts, right? The smooth traffic flows coming from different roads. But at some point, the traffic volume became too much. And apparently roundabouts have their limits as well. When it becomes too dense, when there are too many vehicles passing through, the roundabout advantage is kind of negated. So at some point the roundabout doesn't work anymore. So they converted that into a traffic light system. But then removing the roundabout and putting in like a T-shaped intersection in addition to raising it, because usually these roundabouts would be over motorways or under them, right? So that would be too costly. So instead they kept the roundabout there and just put in traffic lights. That's the version that I was told. It seems to make sense. Let me know if you guys heard otherwise. Okay, I think we can park that way. Quite common. That roundabout with the pass-through. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I think I would need... Okay, is this an entrance? I have my doubts now. I don't think this opened, but they can try. Nope. Reverse before that guy gets here. Okay, good. Giveaway result after we park, yes. Have a good night, Sky. I passed the entrance, did I? But it's saying in the GPS that the entrance is still that way. Unless there was another one. Ooh, Spanish police. Policía. Anyone watched Money Heist? La Casa de Papel? That might have been how the police cars looked like, huh? This one. Yeah, this is the main entrance at least. CMT. Komoto. Good. They are, even the car model. Oh, nice. Good to know it's accurate. Right, so this is where the parking was, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the green gate goes to a different building, looks like. Looks good there. Unfortunately, the mirrors on this Renault are not the best. They're still a bit wide. They're not as good as when you have the True Mirror FOV mod, or when you have those like John Ruda mods. So it's still a bit hard to park. It's hard to gauge the distance and the angle. But if you go in slow enough, I guess it kind of works. It's better to just look outside in this case. Oh my goodness, those sounds. Let's listen to the music. Nice song, huh? There we go. Awesome. Thankfully, this is much easier than the first job we did in the video. Reminds you of La Casa de Papel. Yes. Looking forward to the last season there. Guys, have any news on when that releases? Because they ended up in a cliffhanger. Thanks, Jill. Thanks for joining, by the way. Island of Spain. Which one would that be? Alright, let's draw the giveaway, guys. Last chance. You can join the giveaway. Exclamation point Iberia would allow you to join. The regulars, yes, yes. Oh, it's great. That's based on Sherlock. I just realized. I just saw. It's the group that Sherlock employs, right? The guys who take care of the intelligence, the street stuff. Balearic Island. Okay, let's draw the winner. Do we do a drum roll? Let's do a drum roll. 1 second. I hope we don't get copyright issues because of a simple drum roll, but let's get it. Which one? Which one? Short one. My goodness, these are so... A 6-minute 6-minute drum roll. No, I think this is the one. Does that work? There you go. Grey Dog, congrats. You won the Iberia key. Thanks for joining. Please email me, theclumsygeek@gmail.com, so I can give you the key there. Awesome stuff. The Muppet Show. I'm not sure where that came from. I just found it in YouTube. I hope it doesn't get us in trouble. You almost thought that was in-game music. Awesome. Alright. Just email me. theclumsygeek@gmail.com, so I can give you the key there. Alright. On to the next one. Where do you want to go, guys? Sure thing, Grey Dog. Congrats again. There's Portugal. I didn't know that was where Portugal was. I was expecting it here in the northwest area. Apparently it's southwest. So shows how much I don't know. So many Madrid specific jobs here. Nice. Yeah, I want to go to Portugal. Where is Lisbon, guys? There it is. Okay, West Coast. Let's see, let's see. Guys know it's coming. Or it's not coming. Oh, there. We have it. Yes. Truck batteries. Sounds good to me. So we are focusing on the capitals today. The Renault engine brake. It has a different tune. Yeah, I think so. Oh, did you see? There is a Scania dealer. That's where we're delivering the truck batteries to in Lisbon. Lisbon is the name of the main character in La Casa de Papel, right? That's what I know of Lisbon. Together with Helsinki, with Tokyo, with Berlin. I forgot the music. I knew something sounded a bit different. There we go. What's that word for? Hope that's nothing bad. Good. I wonder what color of the container we'll get this time. The word search when looking for jobs. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh, remember the word search. That's what you meant. I see. Can you actually do that now? Because I know they added something that you can actually search company names, but can you search destinations? Like if I want to go to Lisbon. No, they still haven't, so I don't use it. You can only use this if you want to go to Scania, for example. I guess, yeah. So that goes to Scania company. So that's one of the new features in 1.40. But not specifically where you want to go, which is something that I prioritize more. I don't really care much about which company I go to. I care which country I go to. Right. Yield here. All good. Nice. Looks like we have that kind of U-turn below the highway or above the highway. You guys all know what's happening when we get to that point of the bridge, right? I think we all know it by now. Too bad we don't have anyone from ProMod's team in here. Would be nice to get their inputs, get their comments on how Spain looks, especially with standards as they have. I guess they would probably all be sleeping by now. There we are. Yeah, exactly. You got it, Geek Squad. This job's by destination, then it's alphabetical. Yes, exactly. That's what I do. But then when you have all the map mods and you have all those jobs, it gets kind of tricky as well, scrolling through them. Like there are not enough dots on the scroll, right? But I guess it's better than nothing. That's what I do too. There we go. Ooh, what is that? Looks like a stadium. Man, the default camera is super slow. And I remember, I think it has a range limitation. There we go. I wonder which thumbnail we're going to use later. That seems to work just fine. Atletico de Madrid Stadium. Nice. That's the main stadium here in Madrid. What kind of competitions do they get there? Football. Football with a U. Should just be able to click on city, any city on the map, and it should list jobs going there. Hey, yeah, that's a great idea. Sounds very simple. Actually makes a lot of sense, because right now when you click on the city, it's the jobs coming from there, right? But there should be an option to, when you click a city, pick jobs going there instead. It's a great idea and very simple. I would imagine that should be simple to implement. Would be a nice quality of life feature. SES can implement it. Second team in Madrid. What's the first one? Sorry, I know nothing about football. It's not anymore. Okay, here we go again. Is this the same roundabout? Are we? Did we get lost or something? Why are we going around here again? Alright. It still looks weird to me. What do you call this kind of junction anyway? Straight through roundabout. Around the straight. It just looks funny to me. The map sure looks nice. Hey Miles. Or Mile. Thanks for joining. Indeed, indeed. Really liking it so far. And we haven't even explored much at all. This area reminds me of Italy, this specific area. Don't know why. Same vibe, I guess. Good. I hope the job is still there by the time we get there. Let's see, how far is it? 60 kilometers? 1 second. Where the heck are we going? Oh, I see. Yeah, Madrid is humongous. Goodness. Okay, cool. It reminds me of what's the similar city in Italy? Milan. Which like has like a similar vibe. Or St. Petersburg, like they have that highway going around the city, and then there are several stops with different companies you can pick up jobs from. It's nice. Convoy on TMP through Iberia. That sounds good. I'm not sure when that will be compatible, but we might have to wait a while for some mod support or maybe some updates on the sounds. We'll see. We'll see. Just realized we still had ATS running in the background. Finish job screen. It's okay. We won't call you for it if you're trucking while on the stream. 2022. Oh my goodness. Or when you're at a company and looking for a job from there, when a job search, cities on the map should be highlighted. Ah, yes, you're right. I imagine that. So in addition to picking from the list on the right, you should be able to pick from the cities, the highlighted cities on the left. So you can pick which jobs are going there. That makes a lot of sense. Great ideas. Trucking ETS2 while watching the stream. All good, all good. Where are you driving at the moment? In terms of stutters, I am noticing some very minor stutters. They happen occasionally, but very infrequently. Not enough to ruin the experience, but not flawless either. I'm not sure if that's just in my rig. Maybe some settings I have. I don't have a mods though. I don't have any mods though, and I really reset this as much as I can by... I actually deleted the config file. Well, of course I backed it up first. I deleted the config file. Ooh, nice wipers. So that it would recreate itself and it would really start from scratch from default settings, and then from there I turned the settings up to make it as pure as possible. Stutters. What's my FPS, guys? Oh no, it's below 60. And then I'm getting stutters here. What should I do? Nah, let's not be like that. It's interesting though, we actually have 8 gigs of memory being utilized on a vanilla profile. is the Renault in-game. Hey Melv, I think around 160,000 euros if I remember correctly. And because I traded in my Scania Next Gen for this one. Gives you more reason to unsub. But yeah, I traded in my existing Scania Next Gen for the new Renault T. And I think it cost around 160 to 200k depending on the options you pick. Sacrilege. Yeah, that green door is confusing, huh? That's not the entrance, this is the App Store. Probably shouldn't have admitted that on stream. That will probably cause a lot of rage quits. Might be equivalent to the April Fool's joke we had a couple of years back. The Renault guy from the SES stream. How did that go? Wasn't able to watch. What were the inputs? Now, question is, which way should we face? What do you think? One way to find out. Let's see. Get that very subtle bloom all over. Kind of nice actually. Not too much. Just enough to like blur the image just a tad. Hey Cameron, we're on our way to Lisbon, Portugal. We're starting off in Madrid here now. Did I miss the job? Where the heck is the... Okay, there it is. Alright, so I think we are... Yeah, this is good. Good choice that we chose to enter from this angle. So we reverse in. I have no idea how they're planning to load the container through there, but that's their problem. We're just a driver, right? So let's let them worry about that. Nice pickup point though. Different prefab. Let's try to use the mirrors here. I can barely see it though. This kind of FOV on the mirrors, field of view on the mirrors, a bit wider than usual. I think it's good for driving. You get to see more cars on the side, but it's not very ideal for parking. Yeah, I'm a bit off here. Looks easy to get. Not as easy as I would hope, looks like. But yeah, it's good. Very functional. You just drive straight through, then reverse. Ideally should be okay. Let's go there. Even it out. Oh, I can not see through that one. Yeah. Using these mirrors can be a bit challenging. Not like John Ruda's mirrors at all, huh? In John Ruda's mirrors, I have complete confidence in the FOV. I don't even have to zoom in, even looking at the right side. Nothing's happening. Oh my goodness, there we go. Alright. Man, look at the texturing on that steering wheel. Love the reflections. Good. Awesome. Good luck to whoever is loading this. Bro, show the graphics settings. I showed it in the beginning of the stream, but here you go. I'm just going to scan through. Basically maxed everything out. Right. Although I did turn off the depth of field. Not a huge fan of that. You love the new truck, the Renault, this one? Nice. You might want to join the paint job contest. Sure thing, Arjun. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Oh, rain is gone. See if I can get closer here. No. What's this link in the video description? Yeah, I think not for this video in particular, but all the other vids should have it. I was actually thinking that as I was uploading the video a while ago. It's like I purposely said there in the video's description, no mods used in this video, just to be clear. But then again, I was thinking, if I say that, if I have that line, would it make sense if below that I would have like complete list of mods and details and then put the mods list link there? It seemed kind of contradicting to me, so I ended up not including it at all. Although if someone in the future looks at one of my videos, it would be very helpful if they could just pick any video and then they could access the mods list from there. But I guess in that case, it should be easy enough to pick a different video, aside from this vanilla no mods video. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, I'm not going to include the mods list link in the video description this time. Oh, that's sacrilege. You know what, Arjun? I'm not sure. I think anything would work. Any way you would like it. Don't think there is a particular requirement, although I think the best resource would be the blog post that they did, because the technical details are a bit beyond me. They have a blog post about the contest and the mechanics. That should have the info you need. Much more accurate than what I can give. If you need a link, let us know. Usually I just Google SCS blog and then the first result would have those articles. Winning using paint, yeah. It's not the paintbrush, right? It's the painter. Like what was that expression? Like no one goes to Michelangelo and asks, "What paintbrush did you use here?" Right, Hasib. Catch you tomorrow, man. Me too. I'm super excited for tomorrow. I just remembered Alex's comment. Freedom. Such is the mind of a modder. Of a modding addict. Can even paint it out, print it out and draw skin on paper. Can even print it and color it. Nice. Yeah, I think they're not very particular with the methodology, as long as you come up with a paint job. Sorry about that. Nightbot kind of thought you were posting a link. Bad Nightbot. Yeah, the paint.net got it. I'm not familiar with Procreate, and I'm not really a painter. But I do use paint.net for the simple stuff. It's a nice freeware app for basic image adjustments. But even not so basic, I think it's a good tool. It's a great free open source tool. Clumsy Wallace. Freedom! What's the name of the real guy? I remember we flew over his monument when we were in Scotland, right? Which city was that? Near Dublin, I think. Oh no, near Glasgow. But not Glasgow itself? Can't remember. . best place to check would be the SES blog for the actual criteria, because anything I say at this point will be just guessing. Yeah, I saw it, Cellabones. Yes, someone shared it in Discord. It sounds great. So he used Krishbom's sound samples, but he remixed everything on his own. And Max has been known to be that, how do you say, that our new up-and-comer. He's one of the trusted guys now when it comes to sound mods, at least in my books. He's been releasing so many quality sound mods. So if I drive the Renault Range T on my modded profile, I'll definitely be trying out his sounds. But I think for tomorrow we'll go back to the 4 series because I am excited for Z-Mods 164. Does anyone know the difference between the previous sound he released? They're both V8, right? One is the DSC 14144 and this one is the DC16 164. I guess that's a 14 versus 16 liter engine, but I have no idea what that means. But they're still both V8, I guess. The 164 is probably just stronger because it's bigger. You always remove the blur too when you take screenshots. Yeah, same here, Modi. It doesn't look natural, does it? Even if you're looking for that like depth of field kind of thing with the SLR, the blur in games is not very natural for most of the time, so I just get rid of them. I have taken some shots, some rare shots with blur on, but those are like 1 out of 100 photos I've taken. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Modi. Thanks for joining. Just got it and it's awesome. V6 inline engine. Is it? Ah. Yeah. I have to look into it. I assume that at least the 144 sounds that I'm using, the DSC 14144, I thought those were V8. And then this one, the 164, I thought they were V8 too. Yeah, it's either a V or an inline, because that would represent the layout of the cylinders, right? If it's V-shaped or if it's a single line structure, the cylinders, how they look. But is it a 6 or an 8-cylinder engine? It's a good point. Man, I love this combination. The vegetation here. It looks so natural. That one in particular, that hill there with the bushes and the trees, that is very well done. The landscaping on that is almost Pomezanian level. Yeah, for me, the epitome of great landscaping skills is Pomezania. If you guys have driven in the Pomezania map before, everything just looks so natural when it comes to vegetation. And that one definitely more on the Pomezania level right there. Different kinds of bushes all combining into a single cohesive landscape. Look at that. Those buildings below. I think Scania 6 cylinders are all in line. These new ones. Ah, might be. Would you know if those are 6 cylinders or 8 cylinders? Those sounds from Z-Mod? Because I've been labeling them as V8 this entire time, at least the 144. Might be that was wrong all this time. Hey, look at that. If you put in a blur, it kind of defeats the purpose. Very nice. Just looking for the nice angle here. GTA 5 after the last update. Yeah, the lighting update really did wonders for this game. Made it so much more modern looking. Second. Let's do it like so. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I just noticed we have a blue container this time. Time is it? 6:56 p.m. So easy to see the time from there. Don't need to zoom in anymore. It's a nice addition. Perfect picture. I might just make that the thumbnail photo. One sec, guys, huh? Because I want to see also if we're going to miss some cities. We are Almaraz. We have a stop there as well. We can actually sleep there. Might be a good time to sleep already, otherwise it will get too dark, unless you guys want to see how it looks at night. That might be a nice experiment. Driving on the A5 at night, seeing the night vibes. That looks like a beautiful looking junction, but there is no rest area coming up anytime soon. Although that one looks good in Badajoz. Probably read that wrong. Best I can do. Alright. It's 251 kilometers. Zmod Scania sounds are V8. Phew. Okay, thank you. At least I got that right. Thanks for checking, Alex. Yeah, so the 144 and 164, I'm not really sure what their differences are. The sounds are definitely different. But in terms of like real life stuff, one is probably stronger than the other. I just know that the 164, the new sounds are even better sounding than the 144 from what I've heard. Like to rest at the closest town, so let's stop at the closest one. I'm okay with that, but the problem is if we rest there, it might actually be, there might be sunlight still. So if you sleep too early, you wake up and it's pitch black because it's the middle of the night. So we'll have to see. Centro Nuclear. Ooh, let's have a look there. Yeah, okay, so let's go and do it like this. Let's go and explore that place. Looks like it's a nuclear reactor kind of thing. And then let's rest here afterwards. Right? Something like that, if I don't forget. And then we don't need to stop here anymore in Badajoz. Badajoz? I'm hearing few smidges of the engine sound as I trigger that engine brake. Nice music, huh? Nice relaxing music we have here. Almaraz. Good. You missed the lullaby. I guess no one misses it more than Jack. Alright. There it is. I'm half expecting to see those, how do you call it? I'm not sure how you call it. Like those huge basins? Like those you see in The Simpsons? See if they'll allow us to enter in the first place. I would imagine the security here is very tight. I get so confused with this kind of junction. Looks so skimpy. Yeah. Doesn't look like it's built for a truck. Iberia Atomica. Ah. It's a nice company name. No worries, Jack. Thanks. Glad you even made it. Have a good night. Catch you next time, man. Hopefully I can drop by the stream. They even have their own trailers. Nice. Atomica. It's quite different. Guess those are those ones with the spherical domes kind of thing. Gonna get arrested. Sure hope not. Don't think we can do anything here aside from making this as our kind of U-turn slot. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to join us in chat if you're in the mood. Or if you're one of our lurker friends, more than welcome as well. Enjoy and hope it's relaxing. That's the goal at least. Looking good there. Hey Kirby. Thanks for joining, man. Welcome back. How are you? Are you excited for Iberia as well? We've been waiting for this for quite some time, huh? Great to see it's finally here. Almost there. It's one more day. Yes, thank you. Yeah, even the sound effects of the door is nice. Just a big sigh. No comment. And it's great that SCS is releasing an event for it. I'm the most motivated to drive when there's an event like that. It's covering 20 out of 49 cities to get the personal reward, and then a community event. The community reward is at what, 250 million kilometers collectively, something like that. Okay, it's 8 p.m. Sun hasn't really set yet, but I think it's nice if we sleep here already. So you guys recommend. Hopefully we don't land at night, but if we do, then we'll just use that as nighttime driving. Get a bit of view of how the city lights are. Do we need some fuel? Or halfway? Yeah, I guess that could help. Oh, look at this, nice. Should actually have traffic going through here. It's nice to see. Something different for a change. Yeah, that truck actually refueling. And is that a way station? No, it's a car wash. Too bad we can't fit in there. That's cool. Huge area here, huh? Very friendly for trucks. Oh, let me ask you this, guys. If it were you, I think there are several theories about this. When is the best time to fuel up? Is it at night or in the daytime? And I'm asking because I'm thinking, in reality, when is the best time to refuel? If you're a trucker like this and you need to refuel, do you refuel now, before you sleep? Or do you refuel after you wake up and it's early in the morning? I think based on the theories the rumors I've listened to before, it's best to fuel up in the morning. Here we are, pitch black. whenever it's colder. That's what I heard as well. And I think in the morning usually it's colder because the night has been longer. So you have more time for everything to cool down. So in the morning before the sun rises would be the perfect time. After as well. Okay, good. Then that's exactly what we're doing. Let me know in case you heard otherwise. I think it's something to do with the density or the clumpiness of the fuel. Although I'm not really sure if that has a real effect, or if that's just how do you say, urban legend or something that has been discussed but never proven. Good point, Modi. Sleep comes first. Don't care about anything else. Usually fill up after you sleep. Hey, Driver Dan. So that's where Clumpy came from. Look at that, yeah. AI trucks going into the parking. Is he refueling? I guess he would be going here. Yeah, he's waiting for me. Hey, Krigel. Yeah, that's a good point. Not sure if the temperature outside affects that at all, even for hours on end. Sorry, I'm just trying to read your name. How are you, man? How can I call you? It's or Buxton or Bun? Button. There you go. Refueling, guys. I also like the lighting on the gas station. Very nice, huh? Very natural looking. Perfect. Yeah, so it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Driving at night, get to see more of the night lighting. How nice it looks. Oh, the music stopped. Okay, music is back. I can step on the gas again. Oh, I remember this music. I used this in the Pro Mods trailer. Those rare times that I made a trailer. Not a very artistic guy, so making music videos is not my forte. But yeah, in that case, in that rare instance, I managed to do one. Man, that's dark. 6 a.m. Sun hasn't risen yet. What time is sunrise here, I wonder? Here in Singapore, we have sunrise at around 7+ every time, every day of the year. Probably fluctuates plus minus 30 minutes at most. Not like you guys with the hour-long fluctuations. I'm starting to see something. I'm seeing the clouds at the back there from the side mirror. But yeah, the night lighting has improved so much with this up 1.40 update. Very nice. You do it before only because you forgot in the morning. Remember halfway down the road. Good enough. Take a photo when the sun rises. Oh, there it is. Yeah, makes sense, right? Oh, what is that light? Where's that light coming from? Makes sense, right? Because we are westbound toward Lisbon. So it makes sense that the sun is rising behind us. At least that part is pretty accurate. Nice. Good to see that level of accuracy. Before 140, hated driving at night. Yeah, same here. Same here. That's really good. Yeah, look at that. This is the perfect time of the day for me. I'm a morning person, so I really like it when I get the chance to see the sun rising like that. It like just makes my day. Cup of coffee, combine that with a cup of coffee. Oh, that's perfect. Tunel de Miravete. I remember they called tunnel tunnel because in the La Casa de Papel Money Heist series, the Spanish series, they speak a lot about tunnels because that's their escape route. So there are a lot of tunnel pronunciations in there. Oh, look at the lighting here, guys. Beautiful. Actually got goosebumps looking at the lights. Wow. I like that. Very nicely done. Beautiful. Oh, should have taken a photo inside the tunnel, huh? Missed that opportunity. Looking great here. I like driving in the dark. I like it for a few minutes, but not long time. It's sad for me after a while. Oh, look at that. That is, yes, start of a perfect day. See if we can find a better angle. Good with that. You like sleeping at night. You like sleeping during the day. You like sleeping, period. Makes sense. Include sleeping in the afternoon, right? Siesta. Very Spanish. Looks like same sunrise times here. At least in this time of the year, summer, is what this sim is representing, right? I think it's time of the year is June, with how the seasons are here, with how the season is looking like. It's summer all year round in these areas in the game. Oh, look at the reflection there in the side mirror. That looks so good. That almost looks real. Wow, very nice. Comments would sound nice in the comments N14. Wouldn't that sound too American though? Like it's a bit too raw for European roads, wouldn't it? My impression of European engine sounds is like they're a bit more refined, a little bit more subtle. With the US engines, I think the roarier it is, the better it is. The clumpier, the roarier. I'm coming up with all the nice new terms here. What ADR is that? What's that D stand for? Anyone familiar with their signs? I really hope seasons get implemented at some point. Even as a paid DLC, I would gladly get it. I think it adds so much to the game, having that variety. And especially if they can do it that it's different per region, like if you go into the southern area of Europe where you're closer to the equator, then it's hotter. You go north, more chance that there's snow, things like that. Also, of course, depending on the time of the year and all that stuff. Whenever it's getting night, we always rest to make it day. Yeah, same here. Ah, I see what you mean, Geekswad. Yes, you don't have to park at night. Yeah, because strangely enough, the establishments here are a bit too dark, at least in the older map areas. That might be a good test for Iberia prefabs, Iberia buildings, if they are easier to navigate through even at night, if they're well lit. Yeah, seasons would bring a lot more immersion, that's true. Would be very challenging though, I can imagine. Cordoba. Are we still in Spain, guys? I think we are, right? We should be passing through a border at the very least. Lisbon. There it is. Okay, A5, exactly. Going straight through. Yeah, I think actually with this kind of road network, with the signage we are getting, a no GPS challenge wouldn't be off the books. Notice that SAS made the AI smarter. Really? What? No, but seriously, what improvements have you noticed? I wasn't paying too much attention. Very nice signs, look at that. So many things happening in there. I didn't understand the thing, but it looked real enough. Campo Mayor. Merging logic. Ah, interesting. Okay, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for merges. That would be great if they improved it. So that's one of the major weaknesses here in AI. Now in the town of Badajoz. Badajoz? Why are these guys so slow? It's 90 here. When they merge on the freeway. Ah, interesting. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen that recently, where a truck was stuck on the shoulder because they couldn't merge. Let's keep our eyes peeled for future merging situations. Changes came with 140. Nice. That might actually make the traffic mods more viable, huh? And speaking of traffic, even with default traffic, everything at 1, not bad the traffic density in here, with a lot of cars on the road. Hey, doggo! Cute guy. Probably not a real brand, but nicely done. I like that. What is that saying? Saying there's a toll gate. Is this Telepass? This toll gate looks different. I wonder why. Are we in a different area already? I like the variety. Are we in Portugal now? Oh yeah, no wonder. Why didn't I see the sign? Did we come across a flag? No wonder the toll gate looked different. Nice, good catch. Oh, too bad I missed the flag. So that's why suddenly the signs looked a bit different. And the toll gate definitely looks different than the ones we've passed through. Also, looks like the speed limit in Portugal is only 80, even on highways. These were trucks. In Spain, it was 90 all throughout. Nice variety. In Portugal, yeah, Portuguese is something I'm not so familiar with. I think I know how to recognize it when I hear it, how to differentiate it when someone is speaking Spanish versus when someone is speaking Portuguese, but I have no idea. I know so little about Spanish, but I know even less of Portuguese. I only hear it a lot when who was that? I used to watch a lot of UFC, and there are a lot of good Brazilian fighters, right? And Brazilians speak Portuguese, so that's usually when I would hear Portuguese, when the fighters were getting interviewed. Lisboa. Straight ahead. Hola, senor. Not even sure if they say hola in Portuguese. I have no idea how it works. Yeah, and it shows you that we are in Portuguese now because it's now saying Lisboa, not Lisbon anymore. Broken Spanish. Not sure the Portuguese would agree. Yes, exactly. Anderson Silva. That's who I remember the most. The Spider. Great fighter. Oh, it's very interesting landscape there. Small pond of some sort. It seems like the roads are a bit skimpier here though, huh? Isn't it? You have to be a bit more careful. No wonder the speed limits are lower as well. It's not as wide and large. There's one of the stutters. The last one we had was like, I don't know, 30 minutes ago? 1 hour ago? It's not that bad. También. Spanish. También is Spanish. Tamboa is Portuguese. What does también mean? It sounds so familiar. All-time favorite fighters besides BJ Penn. Ah, yes, BJ Penn. Let's see. We have a huge toll gate coming up. Let's see how different it looks. Yeah, and here they call it, is that a V? I think the V is the telepass thing. Yeah, this one. That one I think is... Oh, Lisbon, we're here already. Yeah, we have a V here as well. I guess this is the one for trucks. Those are the ones for cars. Yeah, I really like this. They actually have some like telepass or whatever you call it for trucks specifically now. Going through that one on the left just looks wrong to me as a truck. It's like I'm hoarding the car lane. Cristiano Ronaldo is Portuguese. Ah, very famous football player, right? Oh, look at this guy. Looks like he came from afar. Is that Cyrillic? That seems like a new company, but I don't remember that from like Baltic Sea areas. Soccer. Ban that guy. Very nice. Tambem as well. Oh, so that means as well. I see. Is that a bell pepper? A winking bell pepper? Interesting. Yeah, looks like a new design. I like it. Making fun of this truck, but goodness, look at the economy, 30.7. Very nice. Oh, got me hungry. Another train. That's for you, Scotsman. Does that train look familiar? Have you ever driven on any Portuguese lines? Even the sound barriers had graffiti. That's nice. Yeah, look at that. Even the graffiti is semi-transparent. It's translucent. More trains! Hear it all over, that's nice. We have entered Lisbon a while ago, but we still haven't arrived at our destination. Let me check out the map 1 second. So that looks interesting. Yeah, we discovered Lisbon from, I guess, from here. It doesn't appear until there. So it looks like it's a huge area, which makes a lot of sense. We are on the coast now, though, or supposedly close. But I guess not that close to see something on the left. Is that for the loans again? I think so. Sure seems like it. Train have different density. I'm not sure how it works. But yeah, I think it can be customized per map. Maybe they increase the scale. Oh my goodness. Now that is what I call a bridge. I literally got goosebumps as we turned that corner. Look at that guy. Like a green panther of some sort. Green leopard. Here's where I want to be. So many rumble strips. Are we in San Francisco now? What bridge is this? I like this. Stop now and look to your right and up. Right and up? That one? Ah! Isn't that in Brazil? Is there something like that as well here in Portugal? Or am I mixing my landmarks? That's a very iconic landmark in Sao Paulo, is it? What do they call it? Christ the Redeemer? Rio, there we go. Similar. Ah, I didn't know they had this one as well. That is pretty cool. Let's take a photo of it. Thanks for the heads up. Would have missed it otherwise. That's the one. Rio de Janeiro. There we go. Thank you. Walking over the city. There's even a chopper. That's us. That was us 2 days ago. Flying under the bridge. Oh, I like that. Ponte. What is 25 in Portuguese? In Spanish, it's 25, right? Abril. I want to take a photo on the bridge, but it's so hard to see it in full. I think we'll have to pass the bridge fully before I take a photo. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. Okay, that one. The view of the bridge and the whole Lisbon is amazing from up there. You can actually go up there. Man, that looks great. We have our thumbnail, guys. Thumbnail wins. Think a bit like so. Big Orange Bridge Company. When did they move the bridge to Portugal from San Francisco? There's a platform just the feet of Christ. Ah, I see. Yeah, I can almost imagine them putting some additions in here. My goodness. Vasco da Gama. Second longest bridge in Europe. Is it this one? So this is called Vasco da Gama. Very nice. What is the first? What is the longest bridge in Europe? Goodness, that is humongous. City center is up ahead. I want to take one more shot. Something a bit different. Something like that. Yes. Maybe a little bit of the mountain. That looks good to me. Maybe that's what they're named after. Sorry, one more, guys. So many things to see in this shot alone. This is why a photo studio, a photo mode is essential. So you can't really absorb all of this while you're just moving, spending seconds in a place. You'll miss a lot of details. You can do that. Huge port here, understandably. Crimea Bridge is the longest one. Ah. I guess we don't have that in the game yet, huh? Is that a bicycle lane? That sign was? It'd be very interesting to see this in the map. That huge bridge. Connecting, 1 second, huh? Ah, I see. It's connecting this one because there's a bit of gap in the island. So that bridge, I guess, connects those two areas together. Makes sense. But I think... How about this one? Where was that? The bridge... The Guadiana International Bridge, southernmost land crossing on the Portugal-Spain border. I guess it's this one. Is that not bigger than the one we drove through? Interesting stuff. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. But it's great, my goodness, this DLC is huge. We'll definitely be taking our time to explore this more. And I would love to drive the 4 Series through here. Oh yes, my favorite truck. Oh, what is this? What is that on top? Is that a train line? Is that... I have no idea. Is this the Iberia screenshot? Even though I'm not on the line. Yeah, that one. Does that work? Seems scenic enough to me. There you go. Water bridge. Reminds me of something we saw in the UK as well. I think it was it the longest? You guys remember that? We were flying over it and then the lady in Bush Talk Radio was giving some info about it. What do they call it? Like an aqueduct or something? Interesting different mechanisms in place. Stuff. Right back to 80. Norte or Oeste? North or east, I guess. Oh, there's an airport. Although we are delivering these batteries to Scania, there's also an IKEA. So an ICA in this case. But yeah, you saw that kind of lettering? It's very poorly done, right? It's one of the old companies. If you compare the quality of that ICA compared to the newer companies, the quality is so vast. The difference is so vast. It makes it obvious which companies were newly made and which ones were pretty outdated. Good. Great to hear we have some people from Spain. Driven through many of the places you've been in the stream. Nice. It's so naturally beautiful. Yeah, it's great when it's like that. Like, yes, there are the fancy landmarks, but that's not really what makes the map, right? Those are far and few in between. You probably encounter one every few hours or so. Look at this. A Scania dealer and a pickup point and a drop-off point. Amazing. But yeah, the things that really make a great DLC are all those little details bundled together. The different bushes that are combined. The hills, the roads, the specific iconic landmarks are like icing on the cake. But it's the actual rest of the thousands of kilometers you're driving through that really make it such an enjoyable experience. Almost SCS merged two roads. Oh, that's great detail already. Yeah, given the scale, I can imagine you can't do it 1:1. They have to remove some roads. But did the place seem familiar at least? Is it passable as Madrid? It's like some work being done there. There we go. That's a more straightforward parking. Good. No wonder you remember the statue. I have to see more, but very close indeed to reality. That's great to hear, man. Great stuff. We have a couple of minutes more. I think we can do one more short trip. We can either explore more of Lisbon or go to a different area in Portugal. We can try and make our way southbound. Yeah, this one might work. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. Setúbal. Make our way south here, cross that bridge, go back to Spain and explore the other areas here. Might work. Coastal road, yeah, might work. Although this one I think would be the exact road that we've been on. Would it? No, it's actually a bit different. There are some similarities, but hopefully we can take A12 to get on a different road. Coast road we can also do if we want to go north here, maybe. Not sure if that's close enough to the road though, because we've been here in Lisbon, and when we were looking left we couldn't see the ocean yet. What ocean is that? Atlantic? Coliseum Alfonso Perez. Which one is that? Why are we getting new parts in our Renault? Mr. Leno gets it done. Alright. So, north or south, guys? North or south? North would probably be a better choice just for the sake of different roads. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Let's see what's available for us. That one, yes. Transportes Caballeria. Brake fluid. 2 mods so far. What do they add? Is this Gloovers or a different one? Okay, let's try that Coimbra. Okay. Hopefully this takes us to the coast. Would love a coastal view. Awesome. Do we leave again? Why is there a truck there just hanging around? Autocorrect killing you. In Getafe, which is a metro city south of Madrid. Ah, I see. Is that the one we saw a while ago? You told me about the stadium. I think it was a different name though, wasn't it? The one in Madrid also. It's great that you can actually find some of those iconic places in here. They've been put in the game at some point. Merca Madrid. Massive goods market and transport hub. Maybe it's under a different name. Nope, forgetting something. There you go. Seems like a new company as well. Engeron Colico. Very interesting names. Company on the map for it even. Ah, I see. Oh yeah. I can't explain it either. There's just something that makes me remember the music. Like I'm missing something and I have to turn it on as soon as possible. Just can't put my finger on it, but yeah, definitely a good marker in there somewhere. I also like how in these new prefabs you can actually see the inside of the building. That's a nice detail. You can see all those pallets stacked together, forklifts and people working. It's not just like a closed environment anymore. It feels actually more real, doesn't it? Nice attention to detail there. Although, oh my goodness, I hate this. I hate blindside reverses. You can also see inside some of the fuel stations with people in them. Oh, I didn't notice. Okay, good. Let's go and check that out next time. Hey, Bugsy. You want it with pro mods and multiplayer. Yeah. If Scan was telling me some things, he mentioned that pro mods compatibility for Iberia would be very fast. It would be very simple because all they have to do is remove some sectors. So all the Spanish sectors they have, they would just delete that and it would be compatible with Iberia DLC already. Now what that means for like road connections, I am not sure, but yeah, we'll see. I think it will take them I don't know, a day or so for that compatibility. I hope that is the case, because that's definitely going to please a lot of people. Being able to explore Iberia without sacrificing pro mods. Keep all the Andorran area. that is great, right? I remember that spot. We haven't been there here yet, I think, in this area, in that area. Oh, this is going to be hard. I remember driving through there in one of the episodes. Super scenic. Lots of hills and windy roads in that area, right? Very mountainous. Come on, make that turn already. I'm not sure if he'll buy that. Don't think so. Dang it. Massive hole in the map in the DLC. Ah, there's a bug. I see, hopefully they can fix that before the full release. Good thing it was spotted immediately. Almost there. Come on, turn that thing. There you go. It's more like it. Oh, there it is. Good. Okay, what color are we getting this time? It's actually perfect parking. Right in the middle of the line. That doesn't happen very often. Red one. Not too shabby. Over parking. Oh my goodness, I miss flying a helicopter again, or at least learning how to fly a helicopter. That was so fun. We'll do that again. Hopefully next week. We'll see. I would love to explore the other apps that make the flight sim experience even more immersive, adding economy stuff in there, search and rescue jobs and whatnot. We'll see how that works. Oh! When you step on the gas so much, you get punished. Because the fuel efficiency goes down, right? So you have to be very careful with the pedal. Can't go all out like this. You will get punished in multiple ways. So it has to be very minimal pedal input. You get what I mean? Wink, wink. Nice recovery. Yeah. This is why we almost get blacklisted. Behave, guys, behave. There we go. Hope we can see the port from here, but we'll see. Porto Coimbra. Yeah, I think that's where we're going, right? If it's a port, then that should be the coast. Hopefully. Hey, Papa Bear. Thanks for the kind words, man. Glad you are enjoying as well. Thanks for being in the stream. Am I in the right lane? Yes. Good. I like these toll gates. Adds a very nice, different vibe when you're going through highways for hundreds of kilometers. Passing through one gives a nice change of pace. This adds to the overall look. So on your end, guys, do you notice any difference in the quality? More jagged edges, more shimmering? No, right? It looks the same as an NVIDIA Profile Inspector. I think on your end it would be the same. But let me know if in case you notice some differences. I was looking at the video a while ago in YouTube and it was like, oh, actually looks quite good. Looks good, okay, great. So from a content creation point of view, I guess going to NPI is not a big deal. Or losing NPI is not a big deal. But from my own preference point of view and from what I'm actually seeing, I'm not sure, I'm not used to how it looks. I see a lot of shimmering and I'm not used to it. Like, we have so many railings on the highway, and all of those railings you can imagine are kind of doing like that to my eyes. And it's something that I didn't see before when I had NPI. So tomorrow we'll switch over to NPI. I'll let you know if I notice any difference, and you let me know if you notice any difference as well. Okay. So yes, in this case I think the image quality degradation during the stream, during the recording, ends up being an advantage. Disable bloom. Does that work anymore? That bloom 0 command? I haven't tried since the lighting update. I just set up the graphics and see what it gives me. Still no view of the port here, the coast here, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we're still a bit far away from the coast. Can't see the Atlantic from here. Maybe when we get to the port, we'll see more. But yeah, just driving through these roads is such a pleasure. You don't need always all the fancy stuff, the magnificent looking bridges, and it's like a steady, relaxing vibe that looks so immersive and believable. That's what we need. And then from time to time, the occasional wow factor adds to the scene. Because you can't always have that wow factor, right? Otherwise, like what they say, if everything is special, then nothing's special. So you have to balance that, keep that steady vibe, and then have those wow moments. That, I think, gives a bigger impact. But yeah, definitely so many different details in this map mod, and we haven't even touched the surface yet of how big this DLC is. I remember, was it Alex you mentioned? You were watching Squirrel and he was like streaming for 6 hours. And still, so many areas to explore. Massive DLC this one. All the goodies we'll get to discover. The ocean is a myth. It sure seems like it. You sure knew what bloom did. Yeah, the bloom isn't such a big factor anymore with the new lighting. With the old one, I always had a no bloom mod to remove it. Because before, I think they had the graphics options wrong by default, so you had to manually tweak it. With the new lighting update though, I think it's not a factor anymore. Many hours and not much distance covered. That is great. It's a good sign, saying how big this DLC is. Very nice. Reminds me of an Italian city actually, how this looks. Although except for the blue railing. Let's take a photo here. Coimbra. Not familiar with the place, I haven't heard of it before. Bloom is like that, how do you say? It's like when you look at the traffic light, it's green. Like it's, for example, the green traffic light, and then it kind of like emanates. There's like a ray, a blurry green emanation coming from it. Like it's the green light itself and then something more. That something more is the bloom. And at some point it gets very unnatural, like something you wouldn't see in real life, but for some reason they were really fond of it before. But now I don't think it's a factor anymore. They balanced it well. Hey Chun-Li, Chun-Liz, Can you do online? Not yet. I don't think this is compatible with Truckers MP yet. And I'm not sure how long it would take.
Nice.
Look at the water under the bridge. It's water under the bridge. Oh, I missed it. I can imagine it though. Yeah, with the recent lighting update, I think that's part of it. They improved the look of the water, the waves and whatnot. Yeah, I'm not sure how long it would take Truckers MP to make it compatible. Based on what you remember, guys, does it take long for Truckers MP to make a DLC, a map DLC compatible? I don't think so. I think they had big problems during the Fmod switch, the audio engine move to Fmod. That's where they had a lot of trouble. But I think when it comes to map DLCs, I think it's very fast. They can adapt quickly and update so that people can go online in Truckers MP. Is it this one? Yes, this is the one. I like also that the buildings look so different now versus the ones that we are familiar with. These prefabs look so different than before. I like it. Okay, give water actual life in the future. Oh yeah, that would be great. Something like snow runner physics, huh? Or maybe not. Maybe I take that back. I didn't say anything. The game that shall not be named. No. Oh my goodness. 140 isn't on MP yet. Oh, even 140 itself isn't on MP yet? Oh, okay. I didn't know it was taking that long. So 140 has been out for a week already? Okay, looks like a lot more complications than I anticipated. Clipped. You can use that for blackmail. Lots of container trailers here. They must have some pretty strong guys carrying the container. That's just shooting it onto the top of the trucks. Can't wait to be an uncle for the first time. Oh, congrats! When is your brothers? When is your sister-in-law due? "18 nieces and nephews." Oh my goodness. Big happy family, huh? Take it slow. Can barely see where we're going. So I'm just waiting for the blue. Okay, there it is. There's the line. I think that will work. Awesome. Your oldest niece is older than you. Yeah, sometimes those you have interesting family dynamics. Yeah, that can work, I guess. That can work. Alright, I think that's a great sneak peek into Iberia. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and exploring this with me. Whoa. Tomorrow we will explore more, and tomorrow we'll have freedom. Thanks everyone, appreciate the company. Catch you tomorrow for some more modded goodness. Will make this experience even better, but the map itself, no complaints. Other aspects of the game, maybe just a little. Let's not go into detail, but the map itself, the map DLC, it's amazing. So tomorrow we'll have a giveaway again. We'll have 2 more copies to give away. We'll see how it works, okay? Have a good night, have a great day. Clumsy trucking, guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks again. 14 hours left. Good one. Bye.